So just a quick video here today where I'm going to be talking about women opening their legs and being mindful of who they open their legs to have sex with. And this is a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. I have very strong views about it. Some people may even call me a little rigid, which is totally fine. I totally get it. It's fine. But nonetheless, these are my views, and I felt inspired to just share here today. So I'm big on monogamy. I'm like, I have one person and that's it, right? And I personally believe that you can have experiences with many different people. You can have experiences and lovely times with different people, but the integrity of a container within a monogamous relationship is so sacred, and the highest levels of intimacy and eroticism can only be felt in this space with somebody who is not leaking their energy. So in a relationship or in a partnership where they're monogamous and the energy is tight, there's no leakage, the energy is very potent, and I see that as very sacred and really special. And so, sometimes after a relationship ends, some women like to go and make themselves feel better by having sex with different people to kind of fill themselves up, literally, but to make themselves feel better, to kind of fill a gap, fill a void of something that's missing. And I don't agree with this approach. Firstly, because after coming out of a relationship, I see it's important as having some downtime and giving yourself like a time to man cleanse or woman cleanse if you've been with a woman, but to really clear this person's energy out of your body, out of your system, and before going on to somebody else. And I see this as respect for self, but also for respect for your next partner. And and this, there's going to include stuff's going to come up for you where, you're going to feel this person after you separated. There's going to be times when you think about them, and it's a good idea to cleanse yourself of this past energy and create space for new energy to come into your life. And this can be like a period of time. Like, I always recommend to women like minimum 3 months of touching anybody afterwards. And the women that actually implement this man cleanse that I suggest, and start giving themselves the self-pleasure and really coming home to themselves and bringing back parts of themselves that they may have, cords attached to other people, the other person, they bring these parts back, and it's like a detox. And along with this, I recommend like lemon cleansers to like cellular cleansers, and just really coming back to yourself, really finding that next level version of you during this cleanse. And it's a really, beautiful process for a woman to go through and come home to herself it's like at a different place, and feel into the parts that didn't work in the relationship. Look at your own patterns that you don't want to replay again, and really hold your own integrity with who you open your legs to next. Because when a man penetrates a woman, he's also penetrating her with his consciousness, and so he's either seeding her, contaminating her, or he's anointing her. And this is how I view it spiritually, energetically. Like, it's not just about the physical act of sex. Like, really, for me, it's like, fuck sex. but really not, because it's so great as well. But like, you know, it's really, you know, like for me, like when I went for my first 3 years, like towards the end, it got really like, it was really hard. And it was really hard. And it was just, you know, and, you know, there were parts of me that I didn't realize that were closed off to the masculine in general, because I was so hurt. There was a part of me that was healing, but there was a part of me that was really not wanting to heal properly and open to the kind of relationship that I deeply, deeply desired. And so in the end, opened myself to perhaps not wanting exactly what I, you know, attracted in even. And, you know, and so this is really important to be aware of these parts of yourself after coming out of a relationship, after being with somebody, you know, really getting to know yourself, and before opening yourself. Like, you know, I've had, you know, people now say to me, oh, you know, just go find some connection, which, you know, totally, like I could totally go find some connection, but I don't want just any connection, you know. And it's interesting because, you know, this is like a human, it's like need, it's like a primal need that we have to feel full, to feel whole, to feel like we're fully open and expressed as ourselves in the world. And, you know, and then through not just choosing anyone, it's, you know, what we can do is be with the parts of ourselves that feel like sex is a need, and then work and feel through that need by giving ourselves what we need. And then, you know, there's new energy created, there's a different space created, and then there's more clarity there about what we actually want, which means you may not just want a connection. You may actually be like, hey, you know, if I'm going out and, you know, meeting people, I'm actually desiring somebody to do life with, you know, somebody that I want to be in a relationship with. So this is why it's important to get to know yourself in between people and really be in your own integrity with yourself, to work out yourself and what you actually want. So, you know, so like a woman that's been celibate for a while, you know, can say, oh, I just needed some connection right now, I'm going to get some connection. And, you know, doing all this work on herself for what, 30 minutes? Like, you know, I actually said this to one of my friends that I was talking to the other day, and, you know, she's in the same place. She's like, you know, celibacy is really important for her in between, you know, being with someone and then attracting in a desired relationship that she desires. And we had a laugh about it. And like, she said like, oh my God, I would, you know, it'd be great to have some sex right now. And, you know, and then I said to her, I'm like, yeah, I know, it'd be great, but what, you're going to do all this work for fucking what, 30 minutes? You know? So just, you know, and for some people that might be great and it might be enough, you know, but, you know, for some other people, it's like not satisfying, because that's a quick hit. And if you're desiring more, you have to be honest with yourself about what it is that you actually want, and then become the embodiment of that to also attract that in, right? So if you desire a monogamous, hot, sexy relationship, you know, where are you still leaking your energy? Where are you still available to anything around you? And these are important points that I bring to women when talking about this topic. It's like, oh, you know, I haven't been able to find we attract them, attract in a man or a partner that is in integrity with his sexual energy. And, you know, that's where I'd reflect it back to the woman and see what parts of her she's not in integrity with. Where is her heart closed? Where is she still unconsciously leaking her energy because she maybe wants attention, right? And, you know, these are all like important points to look at when getting to know yourself and who you actually are and what you actually want and all of that. And unless we can actually really decide on what it is that we want and claim that, like, the universe can't bring that to us. Like, that can't come into our experience if we, one, aren't claiming that, and two, becoming the embodiment of what it is that we actually desire. And I'm going to leave that here with you. And I hope that this video has been useful and you've got some awesome pointers from it. And let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all again soon.